Let's continue the peer talk. So in the previous video at the end, actually your result will be displayed 3x3 timetable. So then here I will show you the code actually will look like this. So I just copy over what we have in the PowerPoint file, but I made a little modification to make that a little look nicer. So one thing is, you can see here, when we want to display 3x3, so then we can set the n equal to 3. So that will be the loop condition for both inner loop, outer loop here. So the row always start from 1. So then outer loop will be row less than equal to n. So we will do the 3 times for this now. But then each outer loop, you can see here, very important when you write your inner loop or outer loop, please do the indentation correctly. So that's why it's easier to view your code. So here will be our inner loop. So then we will do 2 space indentation. Your inner loop start from 1 to 3 again. So then we set W4, that's row times column, that's a product we display. So that's how we'll display the times table. You see the first row start from 1. So then we multiply 1 times 1, 2, 3. So then you have 1, 2, 3 display. So don't forget, actually, I correct the PowerPoint file. But one thing is, you see, after your inner loop, then I need to have a new line here. Because then inner loop is you need to finish to display 1, 2, 3, right? So after you display 1, 2, 3, they stop here, they finish. Because the repeat in the for loop, we just want them to do the repetition. So enter actually is not a repetition for each 1, 2, 3 display. So that's why what we do is we need to put that this new line actually is before we finish the outer loop. Because the inner loop only multiply 1, 2, 3. Only the outer loop is I want to have 1, 2, 3 and the new line together. So that's why the new line should be at the end of your outer loop. And also here the code you will see much clearer. This one I show you, see this one will be end of the inner loop. Then we have the outer loop now. Okay, so here after you see out, this one will be end of the outer loop. But even we finish the inner loop, outer loop, we see we still need to continue to update to check, update the row. Then we check the condition. So then we will start for the 2. So 2 will do the column the same thing, 1, 2, 3. So then they multiply 2 times 1, 2, 3, become 2, 4, 6. Then we have the new line. Then we finish the end iteration for the outer loop this time. So then we come back. Row is 2, increment by 1 become 3. So condition is true. Then I go in the loop again. So row equal to 3, column is 1, 2, 3. So I multiply become 3, 6, 9. Then after we finish inner loop, I add a new line. So that's why we finish the 3, 6, 9. Again, supposedly after 3, 6, 9, you are not finished yet. You still need to go back to see your update. But since here 3 increment become 4, so then 4 is not less than equal to 3. So that's why it's false. So we finished outer loop. So that's your small timetable 3 times 3 example. So then you can see here, if you run the program, so that's your output. And also you see here, I make the n here, 3 here, right? So if you want, if I change to 5, then I run again. You see I have the product for the 5 times 5. Okay, so this example, actually what I want you to do is, after you understand that, how will you display this one? How you display a 4 times 4 with the symbol you want? Maybe we say we do the asterisk. So can you, using the example we show you this one, I already upload to the canvas. Update this one to see can you get how you modify to become this one. Of course, I will give you a solution. That's our peer talk. But what I want you to do is, you should supposedly to post a video now and try to see if you can work by yourself. Okay, so post a video now. Yeah, so that's why you see here now I'm trying to show you how should we modify our times table become the square. So then here I want the 4, right? So we do 4. So now since I want to display asterisk, that's create another constant card. Or maybe we say that's the C. So that's the character you want to display, that's asterisk. So actually you can see here, earlier we do 1, 2, 3. So here just star, 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 right? So right. So here you will see you still need to have inner loop and outer loop. So each outer loop, they display each line for the 4 star. So each inner loop iteration actually display only the asterisk. So that's why here, since our n equal to 4, so then I change to 4. So this one very similar. Their for loop condition is the same. The row start from 1 to n. Then each line, the column I want to display how many times here. So earlier, because we display multiply, right? But now here, actually, we don't display the multiplication. We display. So this one depends on what the size you want to set. So maybe we set 2, okay? So then you just display this character you want to display. So actually, this one is the inner loop. Because each inner loop is you only display one symbol here. Okay, so that's why we change the inner loop like this. Then after we done, you see we just each line we display how many times here the n this specified. So then after your inner loop, right, I still need to have a new line. So then you see I just go back to the inner loop, depends on how many line I want to display. So that's your peer talk modification. From your times table example, you change to the square you display. So we can run to see how they look like. So you see, did you see the star? Okay, so now you will see why we make that is constant number for or the star. Because now if I want to display 10 times 10, I can do that, right? Okay, so 10 times 10. Okay, so now if I don't like the asterisk, I want the hashtag. So then I will display the hashtag. So then anything you want. So that's our peer talk. I hope you try to modify yourself, no matter that's correct or wrong. So then after you see the solution, then check your example to see if that's correct. So that's our peer talk solution for the next for loop.